Imagine being able to accomplish more in a few hours of focused work than most people do in an entire day. Cal Newport's deep work introduces a powerful framework for maximizing productivity and creating meaningful work by eliminating distractions and embracing focus. This is the story of how I applied Newport's principles to revolutionize my work habits and achieve results I once thought were impossible. Newport begins by defining deep work as professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. He contrasts this with shallow work, tasks that are often logistical, low value, and easy to replicate. For years, my work was dominated by shallow tasks, answering emails, attending endless meetings, and multitasking. I felt busy but rarely accomplished anything meaningful. Inspired by Newport, I decided to prioritize deep work by identifying high-impact projects and dedicating uninterrupted time to them. I started by blocking off 2 hours every morning for deep work. During this time, I turned off notifications, closed unnecessary tabs, and focused solely on my most critical tasks. The results were immediate and profound. Projects that used to take weeks were completed in days, and the quality of my work improved dramatically. Newport's lesson taught me that deep work isn't just a skill, it's a competitive advantage. As I practiced deep work, I realized it wasn't just about productivity. It was about finding flow, that state of intense focus where time seems to disappear. The more I immersed myself in these periods of undistracted concentration, the more I felt a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. This chapter reminded me that the true value of deep work lies in its ability to create meaningful and high-quality output. One of Newport's key arguments is that we need to retrain our brains to handle boredom. In a world filled with constant stimulation, our ability to focus has eroded. He suggests embracing moments of boredom to rebuild our attention span. I began this practice by setting aside time each day to disconnect completely from devices. Whether it was taking a walk without my phone or sitting quietly with my thoughts, these moments of boredom initially felt uncomfortable. However, over time, I noticed a significant improvement in my ability to concentrate during work. To reinforce this habit, I also limited my use of social media and imposed rules for when I could check emails. By reducing the constant need for stimulation, I created space for deeper focus. Newport's insights reminded me that boredom isn't the enemy. It's an opportunity to reclaim my attention. I also experimented with deliberate boredom by scheduling small breaks to reflect on complex problems without distractions. During one such session, I found a creative solution to a work challenge that had been eluding me for weeks. This practice of embracing boredom not only improved my focus, but also sparked greater creativity. Newport's lesson showed me that allowing our minds to wander can lead to unexpected breakthroughs. Newport emphasizes the role of routine in fostering deep work. He argues that having a consistent schedule for focused work eliminates decision fatigue and makes deep work a regular part of your day. I created a daily routine that revolved around deep work. Each morning, I began with a brief planning session to outline my priorities, followed by 2 to 3 hours of focused work. I also established a clear shutdown ritual at the end of the day, signaling to myself that work was done and it was time to recharge. This routine not only increased my productivity, but also reduced stress. Knowing exactly when and how I would tackle my tasks eliminated the mental clutter of constantly deciding what to do next. Newport's lesson showed me that structure is the foundation of focus. To strengthen this habit, I incorporated time blocks for skill development and reflection. Setting aside dedicated time for learning ensured that I continued growing in my field, while reflecting on my progress kept me aligned with my goals. These additions to my routine enhanced my ability to maintain deep work consistently, reinforcing the value of structured effort. To truly embrace deep work, Newport advocates for ruthlessly eliminating distractions. He suggests strategies such as turning off notifications, creating dedicated workspaces, and setting clear boundaries with others. I started by decluttering my workspace, removing anything that wasn't essential to my work. I also communicated my deep work hours to colleagues, letting them know when I would be unavailable. These changes created an environment where focus could thrive. I also adopted a monastic approach to my phone and email during deep work sessions. I turned off all notifications and checked emails only at designated times. This simple adjustment freed me from the constant pull of distractions and allowed me to fully immerse myself in my tasks. Newport's advice reminded me that focus is a choice, and eliminating distractions is the first step. As I continued refining my focus, I experimented with digital detoxes, setting entire days where I avoided unnecessary technology. These detoxes not only heightened my concentration, but also improved my overall well-being. The clarity and calm I gained from reducing distractions became a cornerstone of my deep work practice, proving that a distraction-free environment is essential for meaningful productivity. Newport stresses the importance of saying no to shallow commitments that detract from your ability to do deep work. He argues that being selective about how you spend your time is crucial for maintaining focus and productivity. Saying no didn't come naturally to me. I often felt obligated to accept every meeting request or take on additional tasks. However, I realized that these shallow commitments were draining my energy and leaving little room for meaningful work. Inspired by Newport, I began evaluating requests through the lens of my priorities. When faced with a new commitment, I asked myself, does this align with my long-term goals? If the answer was no, I politely declined or delegated the task. Over time, this practice helped me protect my time and focus on what truly mattered. Newport's lesson taught me that saying no is not a rejection. It's a reaffirmation of your priorities. To make this practice even more effective, I created a decision-making framework that categorized tasks into essential, optional, and distractions. This framework provided clarity and confidence in declining unnecessary commitments. By protecting my time and energy, I created more opportunities to immerse myself in deep work, ensuring that my efforts were aligned with my highest priorities. Newport introduces the craftsman mindset as a focus on creating high-quality work and continuously improving your skills. He contrasts this with the passion mindset, which prioritizes finding work you love without necessarily excelling at it. I adopted the craftsman mindset by dedicating time each week to skill development. Whether it was taking an online course, reading industry-specific books, or seeking feedback on my work, I committed to honing my craft. This focus on improvement not only enhanced my skills, but also deepened my sense of satisfaction and purpose. Applying this mindset also changed how I approached my tasks. Instead of rushing through work to check items off my list, I prioritized quality over quantity. Newport's insights reminded me that excellence comes from deliberate effort and a commitment to growth. To reinforce this mindset, I set measurable goals for skill acquisition, such as mastering a new software tool or improving my writing speed. Tracking my progress kept me motivated and ensured that my efforts translated into tangible results. Newport's craftsman mindset taught me that the pursuit of mastery is a lifelong journey that brings both fulfillment and achievement. Newport emphasizes the importance of measuring results rather than effort. He argues that tracking your output helps you stay accountable and ensures that your time is spent on meaningful work. To implement this principle, I began keeping a productivity journal. Each day, I recorded what I accomplished during my deep work sessions and evaluated how these tasks contributed to my goals. This practice helped me identify areas where I could improve and reinforce the value of focused work. Over time, I noticed a clear correlation between my deep work hours and my overall productivity. Projects moved forward faster, and the quality of my work improved. Newport's lesson taught me that meaningful progress comes from focusing on results, not just effort. I also created a weekly review process to assess my achievements and refine my approach. This reflection allowed me to celebrate successes, address challenges, and set priorities for the upcoming week. By consistently measuring results, I developed a deeper understanding of how to optimize my time and maintain the momentum of deep work. Deep work taught me that focus is a skill that can be cultivated with intention and practice. By embracing deep work, eliminating distractions, and prioritizing meaningful tasks, I transformed how I work and what I accomplish. What steps will you take to embrace deep work? Remember, the ability to focus deeply is not just a productivity hack. It's the key to creating work that matters and living a life of purpose.